Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to monster videos. So in today's video, I wanted to make this video to help you guys out. Focus on the monsters that are actually worth ranking up in the new Alpine era. So for those of you guys that are either starting out just now, let's say you're a beginner, or you guys have been playing for a while and you want to know what monsters to actually focus on to rank up or to obtain. If you guys want a similar video like this for the Abyssal era, just go ahead and let me know in the comments down below and I'll make it. So I hope you're all excited. If you are, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Anyways, let's go and get started. Alright guys, so here's the thing. I kind of want to include the ancestral monsters, but at the same time I don't want to because they're ancestrals, but a couple of them did come during this Alpine era. That was Stormbringer and also Wraithskin. The other ones were from the previous ones. So I guess if you were to count these, I would say they're not bad. Although I would still focus on getting the first two ranked up and maxed out, which is Tideborn and Iron Wings. Those two monsters are like must-haves. These other three are kind of like optional, I would say. So if you guys want to, you can still focus on like maybe Stormbringer or Wraithskin. Wraithskin has a taunt monster, but I really just like Stormbringer more, to be honest. You guys can let me know which one do you like more, Wraithskin or Stormbringer from this era. I would say Stormbringer, honestly. But again, focus on these two first. Moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. All right, so first of all, Aerophos. All right, so this monster has dodge area, music control. Then there's a damage boost, obviously status caster. I don't think it's it's not to everybody, unfortunately. It is just to himself. The monster, I mean, it was behind paywall. If it does come around, I would say pick it up for collection purposes, and if you want to invest in it, you can. That's optional. He does have nice traits, I would say, but it's up to you. This one is like a 50-50. It's optional for you whether you want to go ahead and invest or not. The books, I'm not really a huge fan of the books, to be honest. He's only good for the fire and dark category, but then again, there's monsters like Necro. There's also other monsters besides that, like Serpentix, Cupid, and all the other meta monsters. Even like a supporter, like for example the one with the block resurrection, I forgot the name of him, but he was from the Doomed era. You guys can let me know in the comments down below if you know his name. It's a fire monster that has AoE Sasquatch torture immunity to everybody. So I would say this one's optional. If you guys want to invest in it, you can. Sorceress is actually a must-have monster. It's really good, I would say. Definitely invest in this one. She does have area frosted, dodge area, which is very nice. Trait-wise, really good. And this monster could basically infinitely spam her attacks, which is very nice. It isn't also in the females book for Team Wars and also Evil Legions, so that's a plus. And it is double element, which is very nice. Then you have Ryglum. I'm not really a huge fan of Ryglum. I would say don't ever focus on this monster. If you do obtain it, just get it for collection purposes, and that's about it. Moving on, this is another monster that you want to kind of avoid as well. You don't want to invest in this one. Not really the best, honestly. Again, most of these monsters, some of you guys are going to be like, well, they're good for me, I enjoy using them. Most players will say that because they're starter players and they don't have access to too many meta monsters. That's why you basically say that. But if you were to have your hands on other monsters besides these ones, then you're gonna be like, oh, you know what, he was right. You know what I mean? It's gonna change your mind. So if you're a starter, any mythic, almost any mythic is really useful for you. But later on, you want to kind of expand. You know what I mean? You wanna just better your gameplay. So avoid this monster. Avoid this one as well. Don't invest in it. You can obtain it for collection purposes, and that's about it. That's why I obtained this one. As you guys can see, there's this Surge icon right there, but I don't have it hatched. It's not like a must-have monster. We have Evil Eye Joe, which was a PvP monster. Honestly, I'm not really a huge fan of this one either. I do like the area guard down. I think that's gonna go well with the guard down hater. I think there's a talent for that, right? So if you want, you could. I guess, I don't know, honestly, never mind. Don't even invest in that one. Not really worth it, even for that. There's better monsters out there. You have Arcanite here. Arcanite's, this one's meh. Honestly, I'm not really a huge fan of this one either. Yeah, plus the books suck. Look at that, for Team Wars. If you're a Team Wars player, yeah, no. Unfortunately, that's a skip too. Glovert. Now, Glovert, it does have taunts. If you are looking for like a water taunt monster, he is there. He's an option for you. So it's not like a completely bad mythic, you know what I mean? His stats are pretty up to date because he's from this era, right? So stats are better than most monsters from previous eras. But It all comes down to whether or not he's useful. He can be useful with that Saskia taunt plus immune to control. I really wish this was immune to torture. That would have made this monster a lot better. But then again, that Saskia taunt will run out eventually. I do like the fact that he is actually in the C books as well for Team Wars. That's nice. But it all comes down to you whether you want a taunt monster or not. If I were you, honestly, for the water category, I would still use the monster from the previous era, from the Abyssal era, Scat Gold. I would still use Abyssal, Scat Gold, sorry. I would still use that. But moving on. Mad Country. This one's actually a pretty good attacker, I would say. I'm actually a huge fan of this monster. I think he's pretty powerful. For Team Wars, for PvP, especially Team Wars though. It's a good monster. So if you want to invest in it, you can. Herald's actually pretty good, especially for Team Wars. If you're a Team Wars player, this monster is really good. Also for PvP as well, but mainly Team Wars. This monster provides immunity control to himself, harden to himself. The area random debuff is to enemies, which is very nice. So this could definitely throw off the enemies. And then you also have anticipation. So if the enemy, let's say they don't know that this monster has anticipation, well, you know, gonna catch them off guard. Or besides that, if they do know and it's there, you know, you're gonna have to PER it, or else if you're running any extra turn monsters, you gotta kind of watch out because there's anticipation. It's gonna trigger it, and this monster's gonna get a turn, and it can go south. So this monster is good. I would recommend investing in it. One of the best, in my opinion, from this era. Then you have Serious Spirit. This one's actually a decent supporter. I actually like the monster. It does have the self evasion. Like, it's not like a must-have monster, but it is there. Like, it is an option for you. So if you want to invest in it, you know, go for it. I still like Elvira more, honestly, as like supporter, even though that was from like Doomed era. I'm sure many of you guys still have access to that one. Then you have Olan. Olan's he's just like a pure attacker. I do like the fact that he has anticipation. That's really nice. He does have like I think a massive water damage or something like that, or insane water damage, something like that. I think that's cool, but he doesn't have access to anything nice like PER, for example. So if there is evasion blocking it or something like that, unfortunately, he's gonna have to, you know, kind of damage to that. Well, you can't damage to evasion. I'm talking about like if there's like Megaton or something. Obviously, paired up with another monster that could open up the path for you or something like that. He doesn't have access to Cold Blood, P or something like that, but he's just there. You know what I mean? If you want an attacker, like a water attacker, like a powerful one, go for him. I would say another option for you would be if you don't want to invest in like a water attacker like Olan, you could still use a monster from the Blossom era, Duke. Duke is still usable. Duke is still viable. It does have PER. It has dodge area. Obviously, you don't have the anticipation, but you know, it's an option. Then you have Vosker. Vosker, I'm not really a huge fan of either, to be honest. I wouldn't really invest in this one. I really wish the immune to torture was area. That would have actually made this monster a bit usable. But unfortunately it's not, so I wouldn't really do it. Lernata, this is just an attacker, honestly. If you're looking for an attacker that has like different element attacks, like more than one, this is actually not bad. He is pretty solid, I would say. So he's an option for you if you want to go ahead and invest in it. He is actually in the exclusive book as well. There are not too many meta monsters in the exclusive books. If you want to invest in that for Team Wars, you can. I do like his anticipation trait. I think that's pretty nice. It's not a Saskia, it's literally a trait, so that's nice. Then you have Conrad. Conrad, I'd never done my review on this monster, but not too many teams really won for like high laps. I'm assuming this monster sucks. So correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but pretty sure this monster sucks. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below. His traits I'm not really a huge fan of though. Like look at the traits. Immune to trigger death, really? Area damage reduction, immune to possession? No. Anyways, we have Panatone. Alright, the Rainbow Panda. Is he good? Yes. I would highly recommend investing in this one. This one's one of the best monsters they released in this era. Now that I see it, it's actually an exclusive book as well, so that's nice. So if you want to pick that one over maybe Lernata, although they're two different monsters, one of them is more of a support, the other one is an attacker, then yeah. So Panatone, guys, it is worth investing in 100%, especially get it to rank 3. If you could get it to rank 3 for Team Wars or PvP, especially Team Wars, so this is a nice defense monster. Moving on. Bandolero. Bandolero is actually a pretty good attacker. I like this one. He has immune to torture. He also has abomination hater. So against abomination monsters, you get that, you know, triple damage right out of the bed, which is pretty nice. And also, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. Is Serpentix abomination hater, or is he actually in the abomination book? I think he has an abomination hater. That's what's up, right? So yeah, it won't work against them. But hey, I do like the Abomination Hater. I think it's going to be useful against those monsters. And I don't know if anybody still uses Mayor Modus, because I know Mayor Modus also has Abomination as well. So something to, I guess, kind of mention. Bruisard. I haven't done my review on Bruisard, but I can see that this monster is good. Antspation, True Vision, I'd like those. I think that that's very nice. If you guys want to see my review on Bruisard very soon, I can actually make that happen. Just let me know in the comments down below. So I'm not going to make a comment on Bruisard because obviously, you know, I haven't reviewed the monster yet, so it's not really fair for me to actually do that. But I would say that the traits are looking nice. So if you do own it, take a look at the skills and decide from there, or wait for me to do my review. Then we have this monster with immune to torture, immune to control. This one's meh, honestly. I'm not really a huge fan of Gobzer Cure. I've seen the skills, like the stat sheet. I wasn't really a huge fan of him. There are better attackers out there in my opinion, so yeah. Anyways, we have one of the best monsters here, guys. This monster is something else. So I would highly recommend investing in this one. It is in the Abomination book, which kind of sucks. So if you are, let's say, a huge fan of, like, say, Bandolero, just watch out, because Bandolero, that triple damage, he can deal some serious damage against Albinasa, however you pronounce that. You do have that area random hater, which is also very nice. This monster overall is a must-have. You should invest in it. All right. Then you have Kalida. I'm not really a huge fan of Kalida. We're just gonna skip that one because that monster sucks. Mortal Ming, another monster to avoid. Not really the best. Makara. Makara has immune to control. Oh yeah, this I've already done my review. I wasn't really a huge fan of that one. You can skip that one too. Now Grammy's more like, okay, so think of Grammy like Darman, right? You know Darman from Galactic Era? It's like that, but like a slightly nerfed version. So obviously you don't have access to the cool talents like Carator's Horn or Aura's Cape or something like that. But this monster does have double damage skills, stamina regen skills, things like that. It doesn't have any NER skills, which sucks, and it doesn't have a triple damage if I remember correctly. So that's all that he's missing, but it's a cool design and it's a decent supporter. So if you're looking for a decent supporter, go for it. If you're missing Darman, sure. But if you have Darman for the 200 category, you might as well use Darman. Tiny Trap, moving on. This one's actually really nice. Yes, this monster's good. Invest in that one. Molskin. Oh, I already done my review on Molskin, right? Not really a huge fan. Then we have Gobblers, whatever. The only reason why I'd actually invest in this one would be for the resurrection block. So if you want a monster that could kind of like help you against Ural or any other monsters like resurrection monsters, they should release another one. Speaking of resurrection, right? Like they haven't released a good one since like Doomed Era, so they gotta release another one. But hey, it's a good monster for the Black Resurrection. Moving on. We have Sir Lancefort. I haven't done my review on this one, so it won't be fair for me to kind of like say anything about this one, so I'm gonna skip it. Dolores. I did my review on this one, didn't I? Yeah. I wasn't really a huge fan. This one sucks, unfortunately. Skip that one. Jellimere. Now, Jellimere is actually quite decent. He's just like a taunt monster, so if you're missing... Let's say if you're lacking in the taunt category, like in the tank category, go for him. But this will be like one of your last options in my opinion. It is a good starter monster, especially if you could get it to rank 3 for the status of taunt. But there's just better options. Especially the fact that he's in the nature category against fire meta monsters. You gotta watch out. Maggot. I heard that this one's good. Started battle applies a random protection to all allies. Ooh, that's nice. And it is a trait. I'm gonna have to do my review on this one soon. This is a team race monster, right? If I'm not mistaken. I have to do my review on that soon, so I can't really say much about that. Mad Prof, I haven't... Oh, the traits suck. I can tell that this monster is gonna suck. Look at those traits. Yeah. I think he is in the... Where's it? Isn't there like a challenge going on right now? Wasn't he in like a challenge? No? Be I'm mistaken. Okay. But yeah, so I hope this video was helpful and I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe as well if you're new around here, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.